Peaky Blinders is the Netflix original series. Before I get into it, I know, you've all seen it. You've all seen this show. And you've been telling me for years to watch it. I know. I never hated on the show. I just never came around to it. Alright? It happens to everyone. But I've seen season 1. Before I get into it though, I want to say there are going to be spoilers in here. I'm not going to go by play of like what happened in each episode. But there's going to be spoilers. I'm going to say some things. The show's been out for a while now. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this. But if you have seen it, please watch it because I really like the show a lot. As you know, Peaky Blinders is about the Shelby family. They're in Birmingham, England. In the early 1900s, they're just a gang that has blades in their hats. And they're just dealing with other gangs and trying to make money off horse racing, and they have guns, and there's coppers after them. Fucking coppers! Right off the bat, I want to say Cillian Murphy is so good in this show. He's so good as Thomas Shelby. I am surprised he didn't win an award or even get nominated for this role. I thought he was so good as Thomas Shelby. His character has a dark past. He's just a badass. He's quiet. He's intimidating. He's very smart. I think Cillian Murphy would be a great James Bond if they decide to pick him for James Bond. I'd be happy because he is so good as Thomas Shelby. I know I've said this a million times already, but I just can't get over that. I also thought it was great to see Sam Neill in something again. I might have seen him in other things. I just can't remember the top of my head. But the last thing I remember is Jurassic Park. It's nice to see him as a villain. I thought he did a good job as a villain. He's just creepy. He's obviously power hungry. He just hates the Peaky Blinders. By far the most interesting aspect of season 1 is the chess match between Thomas Shelby and Sam Neill's character. I don't remember his name on the top of my head, but it's by far the most interesting aspect of season 1. They obviously hate each other, but they both have things that they want, so they have to kind of work with each other, but at the same time, they're kind of stabbing each other in the back because they hate each other. One's a cop and one's a gang person. Like, it just won't work out. And obviously, by the end of the season, it really doesn't. And it was something, you could see coming a mile away, but as it was progressing all season, I thought they did a good job with that. It was very interesting. Everyone else in the show does a great job too. Arthur Shelby's a very interesting character. And Grace, I thought whoever played her did a really good job too. And I thought her character was interesting as well. She's playing this undercover cop that obviously is going to fall in love with Thomas Shelby. It's something you saw coming a mile away. You knew it was going to blow up in their face. But I will give the show credit for this though. I will say most shows would drag that storyline along and draw it out, make it very uninteresting. I like that they instantly just cut it off, basically. Not cut off the love story, but all the shit's on the table now. They know that she's an undercover cop, and they know that she kind of betrayed him, at the same time trying to save him. But I like that they didn't drag that storyline out. I'm glad they just got that over with in season 1. It made season 1 way more interesting because of that. I also like how the Peaky Blinders aren't totally in control. This is not a knock against The Sopranos. The Sopranos is probably my second favorite show of all time. Probably have to think about that. But The Sopranos, it seems like Tony and the gang and the family were just on top of the world all the time. And every once in a while they dealt with some outside gang or someone trying to intimidate them. The show is really about the interpersonal characters and stuff. I really like in Peaky Blinders how, yes, the Peaky Blinders are controlling Birmingham. They obviously have power, people are intimidated by them. But there's families that come out of nowhere and they try and fuck with them and they just get fucked up. Like Billy fucking Kimber. He gets his shit fucked up. And then those two guys, I don't even remember what family they were from, that tried to get Thomas to sell the guns, and then Thomas and Grace just waste them in the bar. There's people that still come after them, and it creates a lot of tension that sometimes The Sopranos didn't have. But that's not against Sopranos. Sopranos is great in their own way. But I like how the Peaky Blinders has that. I also like in Peaky Blinders how the style of the show is very unique. It's very special. It's their own sort of style. You can clearly tell the creators and the directors and the producers had a vision. They wanted to feel like its own show. When you watch great shows, they have a distinct feeling to them. If you feel like you're watching this specific show. And Peaky Blinders has that feeling. You feel like you're watching something different. I thought Arthur Shelby was a very interesting character. I thought the whole thing with his dad was kind of heartbreaking. And I know probably in later seasons that's going to come back up, I'm assuming. And that's one thing I like about season 1 too. They set up a lot of things that I know will probably progress in another season. I know you guys have seen the seasons already, but I can tell that they're going in a right direction. They knew the show would be a hit, and they knew they're not just going to end here. They're going to go in many different places. And I don't know what happens next. I haven't seen season 2, but the ending really hooked me. I have no idea. Did the copper guy really kill Grace? I don't know. Probably not, if I had to guess. But I thought that was a good cliffhanger. And the whole show just seems very badass. Every character with their accent, just how they act. I just love the style of the show. I know I said before, I just love when they're hanging at the bar, they're drinking. They just seem like they're in total control of this town, but personally, they're not in control at all. Each character has some very deep issues, and it's very interesting. I guess my only gripe with season 1 is I guess I just didn't really believe Sam Neill's character really fell for Grace. It just seemed out of nowhere. It was kind of weird. Maybe it's developed in later seasons, and I guess that's what kind of creates a crazy cliffhanger, but I don't know. It's the only thing I really didn't buy. I thought it was kind of weird. In the end, I love Peaky Blinders. I love Peaky Blinders season 1. It's a great first season. They set up a lot of interesting characters, a lot of interesting plot points. The world that is set up is very cool. It's very stylistic. Everyone does a great job, especially Cillian Murphy. I think he steals the show. He steals almost every scene he's in. And I'm excited to watch the rest of the seasons that are out right now. I'm going to give season 1 of Peaky Blinders a 9.5. I don't know any spoilers going forward. I really don't. The only thing I kind of know is Tom Hardy, I think, is in season 2. So please, don't tell me shit. Please. So, Peaky Blinders season 1. Let me know what you guys thought when you first saw it. I'm curious to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. And click here to see more of Davey Dave's Takes.